Well, Henshaw here again, Constitutional Crisis Channel. Another current event that just happened, another disaster, and a school shooting in Texas this time. And you wonder when this stuff is going to stop and what the real motive is behind all of this. Well, in Texas, say what you will about them otherwise, but they've got a better handle on this, I think, with the real problems than what occurred in the Florida shooting, and both of them are terrible calamities. Don't misunderstand me here. But they understand it more in Texas. I guess they're somewhat more independent minded there, and they realize that is the attack on gun control that it really is. That's what the government wants to do, especially the New York banksters behind the government, is they want to get Congress to be able to pass laws to take away our right to own firearms, which Congress can't do. That's not a federal issue. And my God, it's time for the NRA to get the hell out of the way. In 130 years, the Supreme Court said this is not a Second Amendment issue, right to bear arms. It isn't. It comes under Article 1, Section 10, the right to have property which can't be taken without judicial process. That's the big time issue here. So, and that's why I'm talking about this current event as I am right now, because Texas needs to have a better grasp overall of this concept than it seems like everyone else, even in the South, where you think there we would have a much better idea. But in this day and age, a lot has changed in the 50 years since I grew up in the Old South. But I also read a follow up article on this that this idiot kid, a 17-year-old kid, that shot up all these people, I believe he killed 10 people in this outrage. And he was one of these damn neo Nazis, had a Nazi flag and all this other Nazi ideas. And in my view, by the way, the government's responsible here, perhaps in more than one way. Because we have, in fact, if you don't know it, we have a de facto National Socialist government. The Nazis did not lose World War II. The opposite occurred. And you get my document packets, you'll see they're available at the end of this video, information on how to get them. And you read the quotation from the Nazi experts on the theory of National Socialist government. You read that, and you tell me what the difference is from Nazi Germany in 1940 to what we have today. The only difference is they've got a hell of a lot more creative about bamboozling the people and making them think that we have a lot more freedom than we do. It's a big problem. But getting back to the fact that he's 17, the article said he would not face the death penalty because he's considered quote unquote incompetent at the age of 17 to be responsible for his actions to the extent that you could put him in a gas chamber or whatever. Well, again, if we're a common law state, and this goes back a couple of centuries to the Old Testament, where you were considered to be a man at the age of 13. And this wouldn't apply in a common law setting, but that's not what we have here. This trial, if it takes place at all, is going to be either in a federal territorial legislative tribunal or a quote unquote state court pretending to be one but exercising federal law. But the underlying problem with the entirety of this damn system is when they talk about incompetent at the age of 17, they think we're all incompetent no matter what age we are, primarily because they didn't teach us a damn thing in their mandatory public education system. This is why they think this, and why one of my friends out here in California, when he had filed my documents, the 5 basic documents that you'll get in my document packets, the bill of particulars, motion to dismiss. Well, what happened was that the trial judge, quote unquote, who never laid an eye on him, ordered him to undergo a mandatory psychiatric evaluation to check for his competence, and issued a ruling that he wasn't going to make any decisions on his unopposed motion until such time as his competence had been determined. Now, I don't know about you, but I don't know what the hell one has to do with the other. And this is the case if I get it to a jury, which probably won't happen. On the offensive side, the jury is going to see what I see. They did what they did out there because they can't answer the questions. And this is an easy way out where they think they have unlimited authority to find anybody to be incompetent. Now, in California, by the way, it's section, I think, 638 of the Penal Code. but he could have used Section 5150 of the Welfare and Institutions Code and ordered this guy into the clink for a 72-hour mental evaluation. I don't know when in the hell this is all going to stop, but this case may actually help me go a long way to stopping this kind of nonsense. You just can't do this because you can't answer the questions, but you have a sworn duty to answer them. This is the way you get around it. Is this really the government that we ordained and established in 1776 and 1787 with the Constitution? I'll be damned if I can see that anywhere. And I don't even think the liberal wing of the Supreme Court now will have any problem not agreeing with us here, because we're right. We have to be right if we have the government anywhere near what we're supposed to have. There's a major, big deal issue. So the fact they're going to do this in Texas, you wait and see how this one develops. And I'll get back to you more when I have news on it. But, for the moment, these school shootings, these are the fault of the government because of that, and or because they may have been done in some cases, not necessarily all of them, by government agents trained at Langley. This has been known to happen. To name one, Sirhan Sirhan, that you know about. James Earl Way in Memphis, Tennessee might be another. Lee Oswald, quote unquote, isn't, because he wasn't involved in anything at all in Dealey Plaza except in trying to prevent the assassination of JFK. But there's so many of those kooks out there that they train to do this, and they lose their memories and claim they don't remember anything. Sirhan Sirhan is a classic. This is how this government operates. And they do this to set people up, get people out of the way they don't want to have in public office for whatever reason. And this has to stop. It's a complex problem, one I'm working on, and I will explain to you when I have more details. Thank you.